Access denied. Access denied. Access denied. Access granted.
Hey guys, what's going on today? What is happening? Still got crappy weather. Still got crappy weather outside. My head is still killing me. Every time we get a low pressure that comes in town, I get a black eye on this side. Why? Nobody really knows. The doctor doesn't know. I don't know. But it hurts real bad. My head, my eye, my jaw, my whole right side of my face gets affected when we get a low pressure. Hope you guys had a good weekend. I was gonna make an appointment and go see the doctor today to get some migraine headache medicine prescription, and called up for an appointment, and the office had a recording saying, if there's an emergency, call 911. But other than that, they're closed because today's a holiday. So that part kind of sucked. I didn't know we still practice Columbus Day as a holiday. But yeah, other than that, kind of gloomy ass day. Got up super early, took a shower, shaved, because I thought I was gonna go to the doctor. I don't want to be stinking, because I didn't shave for a couple of days. I didn't take a shower for a couple of days because my head's killing me. But yeah, I was going through the channels today and went across Dave's channel, and he had an interesting topic about immigration. Now, yeah, I talked to Peter, and I told Peter what worked for me might not work for you. So don't take me as as authority about what happened at immigration. I had a ticket to leave. The U.S. government over at the embassy gave me a letter to for I could leave, but about other people and about other situations, mine is different. Yes, I was there for 13 years. Yes, I was there illegally for 13 years. Well, right around in there. Because at the beginning I paid, but after that I said fuck it, and I just took it upon myself and for that burden, because I wasn't planning on leaving ever. And I talked to immigration in Iloilo and over in Bacolod, just for some facts and stuff. And you gotta commit another crime besides being late or overdue or something. They normally, for me, like I said, for me is a different situation. I had a medical situation, and I never committed a crime. I never did anything to tarnish my stay there, just on overstaying. But other than that, I never had no complaints, no write-ups, no nothing. And so I was completely different than, what's going to happen to me and all this kind of stuff. So everybody has a different thing. So Peter, don't go off of what I said or what what somebody else said. You just got to go there yourself and see what happens. They told me that I had X number of days to exit the country, and they didn't really follow through, but they did take my passport, like I said before, and they didn't give it back to me until the night that I was going to leave. They said earlier, they said they were going to accompany me to the airport and like walk me to the gate, give me back my passport, and then pat me on the head and say, see you later. But hey, British biker. Hey, I watched your show earlier with Dave. Very outrageous, buddy. Congratulations. You're definitely a breath of fresh air, like Sherlina said earlier. So yeah, you did a good job. Good job. But yeah, it looks like it's just me today. Hey, so, yeah, if you're not doing anything, you probably are. But if you want to jump on, you sure can. I got nobody else on right now. Richard is out doing his daily routine. But if you want to come on, British Biker, you're more than welcome. I hear that, buddy. Yeah. Sometimes I give a breath of fresh air, but when I'm on the airplane, people start moving away from me. I don't know why, but maybe it's because I had something to eat that didn't really go good with everything. I'll get up. Okay, 3 hours. Okay, buddy, anytime. You're more than welcome. Everybody's always welcome. You know, my door is a revolving door. Um, I don't like when people talk shit about other people, especially if they're not around to protect the army, so they can rebuttal and anything. But yeah, don't talk bad about people and just come here and have a good time. That's what counts. Um, my topic is about immigration, and again, Sir Lionel was what I told him on my show when I was talking to Peter. But again, that's what happened to me. I am a different individual, and like I said, I don't know if they told me that I was gonna when I leave, they were gonna give me back my passport when they take me to the airport. But I mean, like I was gonna meet them at the airport, and then they were gonna hand over my passport. Uh, but that night, I was finishing up doing my immigration. The immigration officer that's in charge of the whole thing, he had to sign me out um, on my last night. And I mean, hey, you got to do a lot of paperwork. I mean, I think I did around 3 months of paperwork just to get out of the Philippines. It wasn't easy. I stayed at Josie's uncle's house, and they seen me doing it. I'm going back and forth all the time, so it wasn't a threat. Like I wanted to get that paperwork done. I wanted to get out of town. But again, they never showed me the inside of a cell. They didn't give me they never threatened me or nothing. Um, they just told me I had to get a letter from the U.S. Embassy saying that I don't have the money to pay them back, and it's just like a dismissal letter. and they told me that if I want to come back to the Philippines, I do have to pay my fine, and then I'm lifted off the blacklist. But again, everybody has their own horror stories. Mine wasn't really a horror story. It just took a lot of time. I was on one end of Manila, and I had to get on the van. There was like a shuttle bus van. I guess it was towards Sucat Highway terminal that I got on, and then I got off right there at the embassy not the embassy, but the immigration terminal. That's and it only cost me 80 pesos one way, but yeah, it's an all day thing. You gotta they don't have a computer system that gets circulated throughout the whole system. I mean, it's a lot of work, it's a lot of headache, but not really that much of a headache. Just a lot of time, because again, they use hard paper for me to go up and down the stairs, from the top floor to the bottom floor to the third floor to the second floor. I was going back and forth all the time. Plus, I had to go to the embassy a whole bunch of times because I had to renew my passport. I had to go get there at the embassy. I could get my pictures taken, and for everything, and they gave me a whole bunch of pictures back, which was very good because I had to go to the NBI office there down the street from immigration. So yeah, it's a lot of work, and it's a lot of headache if you're not ready for it. And I wasn't ready for it. I had a lot of help and support when I was there. And you know, those guys at the immigration, if you're not asked to them, they're not going to be asked back to you. But if you're going to give them problems, they will go out of their way to make you stay there uncomfortable. I did see one guy. He was a Pakistani guy, and he overstayed, but he beat up person, and they called the police, and the police came and they picked him up, and then they took him to immigration court, and immigration court kicked him out because he beat up a minor, and he wore out his welcome, and I guess he was telling me that he pleaded to the judge saying, I have a family and all this. I have kids here in the Philippines, but the evidently the immigration judge didn't care. Hey Cap, hey Nick, hey Ray, Santai 7, and British Spiker. Hi to all of you. Yeah, it's don't when you're in the Philippines or when you're in another country, just remember that you're a guest there, and it's a privilege to be where you're at. And when you don't abide by their rules, you know, they want you to leave. Will they kick you out? Yes. I don't know if they'll put you on a plane and say see you later and walk away. They told me that I had to find my own way to get out of the country. They said they weren't going to hold me because they had no reason to hold me. Yes, it was I overstayed, yes, but it wasn't a big they don't care. They only want the money, but they don't care like how long you're there. They do care if you break the law, yes, but breaking immigration law and overstaying, you know, when they give me back my passport, my aunt bought me my ticket. I could have told her, hey, cancel the ticket and then just send me the money, and then I'll go back to what I was doing. Uh, yeah, they never walked me, handcuffed me, told me to follow the yellow brick road. They just told me get out and come back when you pay. So yeah, Peter, you don't follow what I said, um, because I am just a different person, and I maybe mine was special circumstance because of I had a severe head trauma, and they wanted to get rid of me also. So maybe that was another reason why they didn't um, contain me or anything. But yeah, just bite the bullet, go over to immigration, or go over to the U.S., have them give you a letter, go to the immigration, lay out your cards and say, hey, this is what's happening. And what's going to happen. But going off of what I said, it's just me. What Sherlina said, that's information that he has, But what I said, that's only for me, and it's not for anybody else. So yeah, you don't go off of what I said. Um, it just it's just something that I was lucky, and they were nice to me, and so I appreciate that what they did for me. But yeah, if you want to find out, just go there and bow your head and have a colorful story, and maybe they'll have pity on you, or maybe they'll put you in the cell. I don't know, but yeah, it's not a laughing matter. I'm not laughing because I had it happen to me, and maybe you could have the same thing happen to you, that it wasn't not a big deal to have happen. Just make sure you get no strikes against you when you go there. Yeah, that's more or less what I wanted to say. Everybody has a different story, and everybody has different methods of leaving. But if you get a plane ticket and you can show that you are leaving, um, it shouldn't be that much of a problem. I didn't have a plane ticket only halfway through the time that I was supposed to leave. Then my aunt was nice enough to give me an electronic ticket, and I showed them. They wanted the lawyer, the immigration lawyer that handled my case. I had to show her that I got a new passport. I had to show her that I had a letter from the embassy. I had to show her the my plane ticket, my dossier for leaving. So yeah, I wish you luck. I wish whoever wants to leave the Philippines or any place, that if you want to get out, try to get out. Um, don't go to jail. From what I understand, it's not a fun place. It's a survival of the fittest. And if you're a foreigner and if you're by yourself, you're screwed. So don't piss off anybody. I guess I would just like don't burn your own bridges. How you doing, Ray? We got hey Tony. Maybe JR. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, hey, buddy. Yeah. Don't whatever you do, don't mess up when you're there
Probably the
because
best advice that you can give, Kevin. I swear right now.
well,
When
yes,
I got jumped, I was the bad guy, and I was the one that got jumped. And then all of a sudden, the police were asking me my information. Oh, you're a foreigner. And all of a sudden, I was like, "Why you ain't looking for these guys who jumped me?" And they're like, "Well, so why are you raising your voice, sir? You need to calm down." I go, "I'm raising my voice because I was the one that was jumped, and all of a sudden, you guys are attacking me like I'm the criminal." Yeah,
yeah.
you're the target. You're correct, Kevin.
So yeah, you like I said, and if somebody filed a grievance against you, you're even more screwed because now you might have to go to court. You might have to do this, so it's more time consuming.
Talk about time consuming. Jesus Christ, man. I was 2 months behind on my visa. And let me tell you, it is time consuming. Then you got to go through it. They take your passport for a little bit, and then you got to do all this paperwork. Then they tell you to come back.
Yeah,
Then you pay your fees. Then you pay your fees, your backup fees. And then the next thing you know, all of a sudden, it's like it's one thing after another. And before you know it, you're paying about 10 to about 12,000 pesos, which is not much, but by comparison of US dollars. And then, you pay it. And then it takes another month for you to get your passport back. So therefore, your ID is invalid at this moment. So yeah,
yeah,
it's fun times, man. Don't be late on your visa. Don't I tell you
yeah.
what.
I mean, I thought it was funny, but now it's not funny at all. I mean, because like I said, I wasn't planning on leaving the island, and now I gotta they're hustling me off the island. So yeah, just be careful.
I don't know. Your situation is pretty unique, man. I actually have, I'm glad you're telling the exact story of what happened because I was like, because I didn't feel threatened at all, like you said. They didn't, handcuff me. They didn't, and I was nervous. I was like, oh God, I never done this before. I was like, oh crap. I actually, Chixie's the one that screwed me over, and she'd be the first one to admit you. I gave her the money to pay my visa,
Uh-huh.
and I went down and everything, and she didn't deliver the money. It was weird, man, how it all happened. But it was like, oh God. Next thing I know, she's like, I didn't pay it. And I was like, great. How far am I behind? Luckily, it was 3 months because it's an easier process. When you have to pay a fee, um, about a couple thousand pesos. But I don't know about how long you were, Kevin, because the longer that you are, of course, the fees add up, and then you have to pay not only your backup, then you have to pay for your new extension on your visa. But they do take your passport. They do take
Oh
it.
yeah, oh yeah, I know that already.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was backing up your claim that this is what really does happen.
Oh yeah,
It's weird. Yeah.
everything I ever said, nothing is fabricated. This stuff really happened to me, and it is what it is. I mean, it's just and then if you're by yourself, you feel real alienated. So hopefully, because see, my Josie, she was with me all the time, so she could say whatever to back me up, And they, like I said, immigration knows I have a family. Immigration knows all about, because Josie, I got pictures and all this stuff, and they already seen my kids' documents, so they know that I'm not, you know, I'm just out having a good time. So I was here for like family wise. Yeah, just more or less. You know,
I think that you getting in trouble out there played a big role in it, because I believe that's a real thing. Luckily, I didn't get into huge trouble out here. Like you said, no strikes and whatnot. But with a bolo knife to your head and whatever was happening, maybe someone did a claim on you. We don't know exactly all the little details of what happened to you, but it sounded like they were just edging to say, you know what, it's just best you leave the country before your life ends. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah, and like I said, I was so messed up already from because it just happened not that long ago after what I was in Manila. So they, I mean, they wanted me to get out. I had the means to get out, and that's it. I mean, it wasn't no gun
Because
pointing at
they're still giving you a
get out.
chance, because it's not like you are a felon. Because
Uh,
they blacklisted you, yes, but they're basically saying, from your story, pay the fine and you can come back. So they were basically
yeah,
like afraid for your life. Basically, get the hell out, because I think you're going to die. You know.
yeah. And I mean, like I said, the way I was looking, and I at that time I was kind of frail looking because I just got out of the hospital, and just kind of messed up looking. But you know, but yeah, don't rely on what I said. You gotta, whoever has to go there themselves and see what's gonna happen. Because what happened to me is just my experience. Other people might have different, more tragic, and you might have to go to jail. I don't know, but for me, mine was different.
Yeah,
Hey, Jim.
and it's like what Kevin had said at the beginning of the show. Step up. Just go to the immigration NBI and just go there and tell them your story. And what they do is they give you a paperwork. They give you two pieces of paper, and so you write out what happened. Why did you overstay? They want to know why, and then you write out another thing that says it's why do you want to stay in the country? What is your reason why you want to stay here? Then you have to go to a lawyer and have it notarized that you signed it, that it was you that signed it. Now you have to go back to NBI, give them the paperwork, then you pay your fees, and then from there, you have to come back the next day. And this is after hours of being there. Then they have to go back the next day, because then they want to give you the information. After they process the information, they want you yourself to pay for the paperwork to be sent to Manila. And then from Manila, that's when they decide if you're going to stay or not. And by then, your passport is gone for 30 days.
Yeah, pretty grim. And for I had to get paperwork notarized, but I was lucky that um, at the um, at the embassy they notarized it on the spot, and then over at immigration on the second floor they notarized my paperwork, and then I had to get NBI clearance to leave the country, and I had to get them also to what do you call to get it notarized. So yeah, it's a lot of time, and people, if you go there real early in the morning, then your chances are better to get seen that day.
They're
But if you,
better, but it's crazy going to the lawyer's office, because half the time they're not there. They give you like
yeah,
minutes. He'll be here in
Or there's a holiday.
276 minutes. What the hell does that mean? Okay, I got to do quick math. You know.
Yeah. They and then like lunchtime, they take an hour for lunch. There's a holiday. It's not posted. There's a holiday, but if there's a holiday, everybody's gonna be closed. So,
Yeah, it's really not convenient, guys. It's just best to pay your visa on time, and I think that's what Kevin's is trying to break it down to is this: just pay your visa on time. If you're a day late, you're going to get hit. You're going to get slapped with a fine. I mean, even if it was an hour after the time, you're going to get slapped.
yeah, do it like a couple of days in advance. Don't wait to the last minute.
Oh, and also the office is closed at 4 o'clock on the dot p.m. It doesn't matter
Yeah,
if you're in the middle of your process. What they're going to do is say, "Come back tomorrow," and they keep
yep.
all your paperwork, and that is it. You're locked, and then that's it. You're cut off. There's no, oh, you're in the middle of the process. We'll go ahead and finish this up. It's cutoff time.
Over at immigration in Manila, they were having a party, and the party began at 4 o'clock, and I was still waiting to be seen for I could finish getting out, and I seen this boy walking up the stairs, and he's carrying 4 liters of whiskey. I don't know what kind of whiskey it was, but they were like half-gallon size, like the kind you get at Costco or Sam's Club. It was those big ones. And he was going upstairs, and another guy was walking behind him carrying ice. So yeah, they don't, you know, at when 4 o'clock comes, they're gonna have a party or something. But yeah, when you go through immigration, just plan on staying there for a while. It's not going to be fast. It's not going to hurt, but just bring your battery, charger for your phone. Dress
Yeah,
dress correctly. Okay, don't wear
a
flip flop.
thong.
Don't wear.
I heard that you were wearing a thong, weren't you? Damn it, Kevin. I heard it was
I
ready to
almost
slip out, but you're trying to hide it.
thinking about thong, but I was gonna say flip flop. So yeah, man, just you gotta dress good, and if you have somebody like a woman, friend of yours, girlfriend, mother, whoever that's gonna accompany you, she also has to dress because there's a dress code when you go to these kind of buildings. Don't go there just like you're gonna go to the beach.
Oh, and don't scream at him, man. I tell you what, your process will get pushed back.
Yeah,
You won't
yeah,
win. You will not win. I tell you what, I saw a guy screaming and yelling, saying, "You know how much time that you've already guys cost me? It cost me 5,000 pesos just to get here, and now all of a sudden, you're telling me that I got to come back tomorrow. This is my holiday,
yeah,
and it's already taken me freaking all day today, and you just ruined one of my days of holiday." And they're like, "Sorry, sir. Sorry,
yeah,
sir." Thing I
yeah.
know, I was in and out, and he was still there. They pushed his paperwork back.
There was this British man, and he was staying over in Makati, and the people in Makati, um, immigration, they said that he has to come to the big office, and he said, "I am here, and I filled out all these paperwork," and he was like had the paperwork in his hand, like in a fist, and he was almost ready to jump up and down, saying how angry and how things are not, you know. And I told the guy, "Hey, you're not in England no more. Things don't work like 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 how things work in Western civilization." But yeah, he was angry. Don't get angry. Don't lose your don't lose your composure,
At
because
the same time, it's hard, Kevin. It's really hard sometimes because you're like, why are things so backwards? You know, but it is what it is, you know, and sometimes you lose your cool, and then you realize I can't win. This is not my country. You know,
yeah.
they do what they do, and they're going to do what they do. We don't have the same rights, you
Do you
know.
do you do you remember when you was a kid and they made copies of documents, and they used that, put it in a paper, I mean in the machine, and they wind it up, and the paper goes through. It's like does a duplicate. Boy, that's what they were using there, and I'm going, oh my god, they were using
Dude,
old.
they even tell you to go downstairs and make duplicates. They don't even have it at the NBI.
Yeah,
You have to go down and pay money to make duplicates, and they tell you how many duplicates they need. I need two of this is your
yeah.
passport, need two of this paperwork. And now bring it back up here upstairs after you're done. So you're paying for all of this. You're doing all of this. And then you go up and you give it to them. Then they tell you come back tomorrow because then we'll give you the address of where you need to send it. They don't do nothing for you.
Yeah.
All they
Yeah.
do is process your paperwork. They just plug it
So,
into a computer.
so hopefully you have extra pictures, because they want pictures for this, pictures for that, and they all got to be the passport size pictures. So yeah,
Yeah,
it's
two by
not
two.
easy.
Actually, no, it's one by one now. That's what they asked for the
Yeah.
last time I was there. Yeah.
So yeah, it's not a joking matter. Just go there early and make sure you have enough money on you for you could buy a snack, something to drink.
Yeah, you know, and that's why I jumped on this show tonight because it's funny because I was in NBI tonight because I was or today because I was paying for the next 6 months for my visa, and I saw a woman there, an American, and she was young. She looked really young. Looked like she was about 25 or something, and she was with another woman that looked like she was about the same age. And apparently she's flying out of the United States. I don't know all the story behind it, but she's flying out of the United States at 2 o'clock a.m. tonight. And they had taken her passport, and they told her to come back tomorrow because they wanted to take a look at some paperwork, you know, that wasn't correct. And so she was going to miss her flight. So that means she's gonna have to pay extra money, the whole 9 yards, you know, change her flight and this and that and that. Man, seeing her walk out of there crying, I was like, man, yep, you got to do things ahead of time because Philippines, there is they don't break protocol. They don't. It's not like America where they hear your sob story and they go, oh, okay, all right, okay, we're gonna go ahead and break the rules this one time. It doesn't happen. Everything is by the book, and that's just the way it is.
Like I said, I mean, it's a sad story, but even though it's your story, it's still sad. But you got to mount up, and buckle up, and just take whatever happens to you. But again, Peter, maybe you're listening, maybe you're not, maybe you'll do it later. Just don't go off of what I said. Don't go off of what somebody else said. You got to go there in person and see what's going to happen.
Yeah, every problem is unique, but there's one thing I gotta say, you know, they're very professional, the NBI, when you go there to the
Yeah.
immigration. They're very, very professional. They've been dealing with this for a long damn time, and they know what they're doing. And so you screaming at them ain't gonna work. It's
Yeah.
only gonna delay your paperwork. Just know they know the law and they're going to follow the book right to the cover, all the way from the end, from the table of contents, all the way down to the titles. They're going to follow the book, so they're not going to bend for you. If they say, "Hey, it's going to take till tomorrow," guess what? It doesn't matter how much you yell. It's going to take till tomorrow. They're not going to bend for you. It's only going to delay your paperwork if you scream at them, you know. And it's frustrating. It really is. And I found that I was cool, collective, sat there. I kept a smile on my face, whatever. Listened to my, you know, what do you call it, my iTunes and whatnot, and waited for them to call my name. Went up there, and I was in and out in 20 minutes. And there were some that were there all day because they were screaming.
On my last day when I was, that night, they give me a document saying that I can leave the country, and I had to give it. I had 2 copies, and I had to give the hard copy to immigration at the airport. You know, when they stamp your passport at that last check-in part, I had to give her the information of what happened, and she looked at it because she was seeing that it was on the computer. No, it was only on that hard copy paper, and she had to call to make sure it's legitimate. So that I'm standing in line for like 10 minutes, and everybody else is going by me, and I felt like a dink, you know. But yeah, I mean, there's more paperwork. I mean, it just doesn't stop right there. Hey, Jerry.
Hey, Kev, how you doing?
Pretty good, buddy.
Hey, Jerry, what's up, buddy?
Hey, Ren, how you doing? Just happened to be coming on the YouTube, and I saw you guys talking about the overstaying visa type thing.
Yeah.
Again, it's it's interesting that you guys are talking about this. I mean, people just don't put money aside, you know, for the backup plan. A lot of people don't, or they may have the money put aside for a backup plan, but then they end up using that money as they try to, you know, as they notice that they're not able to afford to stay in the Philippines, maybe. So they end up using their backup plan money to stay longer and longer. But what's interesting is I think that if you go to the Philippines, and again, this is my opinion, is that you got to say at one point in time that if you're starting, if it looks like you're not going to be able to make it, maybe it could be your first trip, maybe your second trip, but especially on your first trip out to the Philippines, that maybe you stop and say, you know what, let me go back to the States, work some more, make some more money, and take a shot at coming back at the Philippines again. You know, because a second time there, I think you'll be better prepared. And the reason I say this is I'm kind of watching a guy right now that's in the Philippines, and actually he's in the Cebu area, that's probably not going to make it, but he's trying, and he made a bunch of mistakes, unfortunately, on renting an apartment and this and that, and is overpaying. And he's probably going to wash out, but he's still trying to make it. And again, this is the first month. He's only been out there maybe 2 or 3 months. This is the first month where he didn't meet his bills, so he came up short. So again, it's going to happen again the next month. So you got to say to yourself and be realistic and say, you know what? Okay, I learned a lot. Maybe it's time to go back to the States. Maybe hang out, go back, work another 6 months or a year, get your funds together. And then when you come back the second time, you won't make the mistakes. And then you'll probably be able to meet your, you know, your monthly budget, or, you know, every month. But people, you know, they'll try until they run out of their money, all their money, to try to make it in the Philippines or whatever other third world country they may try to be making it.
Because they hear the smoke screens, man. You know, there's a lot of smoke screens out there. And it sounds like, oh, it's so cheap. It's so cheap. Look at this. You know, I could buy beer for this much. I can go out. I can bar girls for this much. You know, and look how much this bar is. You know, and it sounds like, oh man, I can make it on. We already know people that think they can make it up. You know, $300. You know, a month. Yeah, and you know what? It's man.
Yeah, you know what? I think some of these people, and again, and the guy's a nice guy that I'm kind of following here, but he even mentioned that he's not good at math. I think that was one of his videos. But again, you got to just kind of sit down and put the numbers together. You know, it's very, you know, we're talking about, you know, we're not talking about like these mathematical equations to try to make it in the Philippines. I mean, this is just basic, you know, all right, my rent's going to be this much and blah, blah, blah. You know, and you can calculate a lot of these expenses before coming to the Philippines. You don't have to be in the Philippines to calculate the major expenses. Now, I'm talking about the main expenses for living are like your rent, you know, electric bill, internet bill, and transportation, you know, and food. If you can calculate these 5 expenses, and you should be able to before going to the Philippines, then that's the majority of your monthly expenses. Now, there's going to be a little bit more. You might be able to, you know, you might want to tack in an extra 10 or 15% on top of what you
I was
figured
gonna
out
say
as
that.
additional.
Exactly.
You
You got to have another top up because, of course, you're going to get ripped off here and there. You know,
know.
all of a
Yeah.
sudden these expenses pop up, you know, that you didn't even know. Oh, yeah, they're called hidden costs in the
Right, the
Philippines.
hidden cost, you know, like,
Yeah.
and then you got to figure in visa fees and all. These guys might not even be figuring in visa fees, you know. And you know, to me, to be honest with you, being single in the Philippines, it's probably almost impossible to make it because your expenses are going to be really high. Versus if you were married, or even if you had a girlfriend that you can really trust, then it's not as bad. But keep in mind, you kind of need to have a bank account over there, you know, if you're really going to make it there, instead of just kind of continuously, you know, sending yourself money through a money, you know, money transfer company. You kind of got to have a little stash there sitting there for
Oh,
emergencies.
because they don't even know how much that costs. It can cost you up to 24, 25, sometimes $40 just to send yourself.
Yeah, yeah, depending on, you know, again, and some of that could be on fees, some of that can be on exchange rate loss and stuff like that, you know. So you really kind of got to have an account there. But if you're not married, it's kind of hard to have an account. I think, though, if you're single, can you get an account after 6 months once you get your ACR card, Ren?
Yeah, you can.
You can, right? So again,
Mhm.
so I think the first 6 months is crucial whether you're going to make it or not. But once you get that ACR card, I think it opens a few things up to you, you know. But till then, you know, you got to kind of tough it out and stuff like that, you know. But
Yeah, that's the thing. You know, in the first 6 months, when you think, okay, I got this much money, okay, I could do it. You know, because I heard all the, you know, the costs. I could live off of 3,000 and whatnot. I mean, but you know, like what we're talking about, hidden cost, your visa costs alone, you don't even know when it hits you at the last, you know, at the end of the month, and you realize,
yeah,
oh crap, I didn't know it was this much because the exchange rate constantly changes out here.
right.
Next thing you know, little by little, you start getting nitpicked, and then boom, you're like, my God, I'm not going to make it, you know,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
but you still continue thinking, well, maybe next month I'll be able to. Let me just talk to the landlord. Well, then you get further and further behind, and I've seen this with a lot of my friends. And I'm like,
Mm,
dude, you
yeah.
didn't even see it coming. I told you this.
Well,
They were trying to stay
you know
for a
what?
month.
What's kind of interesting is the guy is. I think he's a smart guy, but on his first apartment, he put the first month, last month, and a deposit down. So and that was the majority of his backup money. So again, you know, right there, it's like, dude, I'm thinking, what's he doing? You know what I mean? It's like, if you got to put all that money up, you say, you know what, forget it. Let me keep looking, look for something else where, you know, where you got a more flexible type of, you know, terms and stuff where maybe, you know, put a half a month up for deposit and the first month's rent and boom, you're in. But I would never put up the first month, last month, and a
It sounds
deposit.
like to me he didn't send a Filipina in or a Filipino in because
Nah,
the minute they
he's
see
by
a
himself.
foreigner,
He's by
yeah,
himself.
they grill you. You're screwed if you're by
Yeah.
yourself.
Yeah, you're screwed if you're by yourself. I mean, you can always say no, Ren. Even if you're by yourself, you walk in and they tell you, well, this is what they want. Just say no and walk out. You know, and here's a great example. You know, when I was in Dumaguete, I was going to take, we were taking a trike to the airport, you know, and it's like about a 10-15 minute tricycle ride, you know. And the guy comes up and he goes, hey, 150 pesos, I'll take you guys to the airport. And again, I said no. And he came up, you know, and I asked him, he goes, what do you mean? I go, no, it's too much. And then he goes down to 100. I go, no, I'll give you 70. And here's the reason why I picked that number, 70. On a tricycle in Dumaguete, you can fit up to 7 passengers at 10 peso a ride. That's 10 peso a ride. So we're basically getting a private, you know, a private trike. And at 70, and I was willing to walk away. I'm already going. My wife's laughing. I'm going to another trike driver to talk to the other guy. This guy runs across the street after me. I'll do it for 70. I go, okay, let's do it. You know. So again, bargaining. You got to bargain, man.
Was that for you and your wife, or
Yeah, that's
just
for
you?
me and my wife. Yeah, because if you calculate, it's seven people that fit into a tricycle, the type of tricycles they have in Dumaguete, you know, that's the maximum, and it's 10 peso a ride. It's either 8 or 10, I can't remember, but let's just say 10. So that's
Yeah,
70 pesos.
yeah, it's 7 here.
Is it 7 there?
Yeah, it's 7.
Yeah, I think it's 8, but again, I always just flick them a 10 and I'm done, you know. I mean,
That's the thing, though.
Yeah.
See, a lot of people don't know the costs. They don't know. They think 100 pesos to take up all the track, setup. Your own
Right.
price is okay. You know, it's like
Yeah.
because they're thinking American dollars, and they're like, but if you think about it, it's nitpicking every single time, and before you know it, man,
Yeah.
your backup money starts getting eaten into.
Hey, have you guys ever been to Boracay?
Yeah,
Nah,
yeah.
I never have.
When you fly into that airport, which is just outside the port there's
Yeah.
trike drivers over there. They'll say, well, yeah, we'll take you to the docks. And they'll charge people 150 pesos, you know? And my wife goes, nah, man, it's like 3-minute walk to the port from here. Most people don't know that. Where you take a boat over to Boracay Island. And
Yeah.
so people pay 150 pesos, and it's like literally a 2-minute ride to the docks. We just walk
But
over.
if you're carrying everything,
And people get
then
pissed off. Huh?
if you have a lot of baggage, then you don't want to carry all the
Yeah, it's
drag.
got a lot of baggage, but I mean, again, we travel light, so you know, it's funny, but yeah, you got to kind of bargain. You know?
Yeah, that airport is okay, and then like I said, you got to go to the Akran dock. That's where you're at.
Right.
Yeah, it takes time, and then you gotta barter when you get on the boat. Then it's not really a
Well,
set.
that was a fixed price, I think, from what I recall. I don't
Okay.
recall. But when you get off at Boracay, then you know, again, you can barter again for the tricycles there as well. You know. So.
But if you got a girlfriend or your wife, let her do all the negotiating, because maybe
my wife generally does. She generally does, but I'm at a point now that I'm willing to walk away if they don't like it. See what I mean? So I do some of the negotiating sometimes. See what I mean? So I'm willing to walk away if they don't give me a good price, and that's it. So
yeah,
might as well get used to it, dude. I mean, why not? You know, can't let your wife do everything for you.
You know, it's funny, Jerry. How you guys doing? My wife and I were just talking about that. In the Philippines, there's a whitey price.
Right.
And because I forget what it was, what the subject matter we were talking about was, but that's exactly it. You know what I mean? They have different prices for us when we're there. So best thing to, and when I was drinking with her uncles, I bought a pack of cigarettes there, and it was like 25 pesos more than a regular price. So I said, frig, what the hell's going on here? You know? So then when I was hanging out with the uncles drinking beer and stuff, I had one of the uncles go and get all the beer because I didn't want you get 4 bottles of beer for the price of one.
Yeah, you gotta be careful. You gotta know how to negotiate.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, hon, thanks.
With baked potato?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Sure, baked potato and steak?
Yeah, not a big one though.
Okay.
Maybe Enrico and I could split half a baked potato.
Let's
'Cause
take one out.
those are enormous.
Yeah.
Those are. I never seen big. Where'd you get those potatoes?
We got those from Sam's.
Oh, geez, they're enormous. Yeah. Anyway, sorry to interrupt. You guys are
Good potatoes always nice.
Steaks are always nice, it says.
Yeah. You like beef, huh, Kev?
All right,
Tell
hey,
you
let's
what,
let's liven us up. John Doe is here.
Oh
bro.
no!
Yeah,
Oh,
you
man,
got to know
that
the prices.
That gives me.
Here we go.
excuse
Come
to
on,
drink
John, here we
Another
go.
beer.
Yeah, you got to know the prices. If the guy's a crook, you're not going to be able to negotiate with a crook.
Right, you just walk away, plain and
And-
simple.
and
That's what I do.
99% of the times, I let my girlfriend handle it. I don't deal with these people.
That's the best thing to do.
Yeah, she let her negotiate it. I don't get involved. But often I go to their fruit and vegetable market by myself, and I chew. I'm like a Jew. I chew the I
Why
chew the I chew them down. I get prices lower than the locals get.
Say these.
Hey, one of the things you guys got to watch out when you're in Manila and I'm sure you probably already experienced this, maybe in Cebu as well. It's like, okay, so you get into the cab, right? And then they'll try, at first they try to get you a fixed rate, and I just look at them like, hey man, is your meter on? And they're like, it's not working. I go, stop. So we get out, right? So we get another cab. So then we get in the next one, or actually more tricycle drivers than cab drivers. And what they'll do is they'll pop the meter up as they're driving. They'll say, there's a lot of traffic here. I should make an extra, blah, blah, blah. And my wife will be like, no, man, we're just going to go by the meter.
We'll get out.
And we'll get out. We don't care. But on tricycle drivers, what it's interesting is I noticed, especially in Dumaguete, is when we negotiate the price we're going, and they'll be talking to my wife in Cebuano, saying that, we're Cebuanos here. We should, these are white canos and blah, blah, blah. And my wife's talking to a guy like, hey, it's my husband.
Yes.
It's like, this is my family. What the hell are you talking about?
He's not my customer.
Why would I take your side? She basically tells him that, and the guy shuts up. She'll just tell him, she'll say, hey man, I don't want to talk about this more. We talked about the price, you agreed on it, and that's how it is. And that's what we do, and if they don't like it, fuck them. I'll get out. I just won't pay.
Me too.
Now just catch me another tricycle.
Yeah. Or you could just tell the guy that you're not a tourist and you've been there for a long time, so don't treat me like a tourist.
He'll believe
right,
that.
basically. And that's where, knowing the language really comes into play here. That's why it's
that's
really
irrelevant.
I think it's relevant.
Because it's irrelevant.
They'll treat you a little bit nice if you spit out some words.
Hell yeah, then they know.
They won't even know you're American. They won't even know it. They won't even know you're a rich American because you're speaking their language. Because you're speaking their language. Yeah, they wouldn't even know it. They wouldn't even know you're American. They think you're from there.
If you speak their language. it helps.
Yeah,
I think it helps. It's not a total, it's not 100% proof, obviously.
Pull on your leg,
I think it'll help you a long way. Hey, John, I was going to ask you. I was looking at another vlogger, and I heard he kicked you off his chat room, man.
Who's that? Who?
He thought you were Peter Van Dever, man.
Which one? Phony Warrior? Which one?
You were calling somebody a beta something or
that was Phony Warrior. Yeah.
Oh man, I was laughing. I started laughing.
Who's Phony Warrior?
That gay military guy.
All right, let's get off the subject.
He's not gay. Don't say that. That's not.
The way he speaks is gay.
No, it was kind of funny that you got kicked. I was happened to be just kind of listening to a part of it, and all of a sudden he kicks you off. It was funny.
No, he kicked me off basically because I accused him of being totally clueless in what he was saying. That's why. So I heard his feelings.
Well, you think he's going to invite you back?
I don't really give a shit. I never go on his channel anyway. That was like the first time. Because he was talking
the first
about
time kick you off.
Yeah, because
he was in the chat room. He wasn't on the show. He was in the chat room, from what I saw.
Yeah, he was talking about Filipinas and relationships and all the surveys.
A relationship video.
He does a lot of surveys and interviews of people. He doesn't know his ass from his elbow.
Well, he'll know how to fuck you up though, so don't talk bad about him.
Okay, very well. Yeah.
He's a big bad dude.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
Okay.
So Ren, how's the boat, man?
Oh, now the focus comes to me. Here it goes.
Take that beer out of your mouth. Take that bottle of beer out of your mouth and tell us how the boat's coming along, man.
Yeah. It's coming along, man. It's coming along great. We're about to pay off the last of it, which is 20,000 pesos to finish off the boat. Apparently, they ran out of supplies. They didn't want to ask us for the money right away, so they were working on a second boat. And what they did, I guess this guy wasn't paying, so they took the supplies for that boat and they're applying it to our boat.
Oh,
yeah, to get our boat going.
So what's that? Man. That's like $400, right? 20,000 pesos. Still 50 pesos.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. That's not bad. So, Ren, what do you think totally it cost you for your boat?
$5,000.
5,000
USD. Yeah.
US
I don't know. Is that good or is that bad or what is that?
I don't
That's
know.
really good.
I have no
for
clue what
a
prices
for a
are.
bunker boat that fits 25 passengers.
Oh yeah, that's a
Oh.
lot of people.
That's a big boat.
Yeah.
Huge. It's freaking huge.
So hopefully, what 20 people are paying?
Get some hot chicks on there.
No, it's gonna be
Plenty
no,
of
no, no,
beer.
no, 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 no.
Plenty
It's
of
a
beer.
20.
it's a set price.
25
John Doe.
freeloaders.
It's about
Freeloaders.
3,500 pesos per day that it goes out. Yeah, that's not counting snorkels. That's already gonna be on the boat. Fishing poles, things of that nature. The only thing that you don't charge for, which it's illegal, is like life jackets and whatnot. That is required to be on the boat.
Well, yeah, you can't charge them for life jacket fees
Yeah,
or
yeah.
anything like that. I mean, you know.
I just want to make that clear before people go like, "Oh, you're charging for every little thing." No, no, no. That is. I'm just saying, anyone who wants to build a boat, life jackets is something that is required.
Are you gonna make it? Are you gonna make it a booze cruise?
As a matter of fact, we already bought a big ice chest that's going to be brought on and stacked with ice, and
Beer?
and beer. There, Trixie just chimed in, and beer.
Get your beer here.
Yeah.
Like going to a ball game, right? Get your beer here.
So
Get
did
your
you
beer.
find a captain, Ren?
Yeah, we already got a couple captains. Hmm.
Oh, that's cool.
And the thing is, I'm going to be captaining it, but I never driven a bunker boat, so
Right.
I want to learn from them. So I want to have one on for at least a month. I want to see how he runs it, how the places that he goes, because the reefs change.
Right.
Like, they varies in depth, and they would turn off their engines and kind of coast, through certain parts, because if your boat is going too fast or whatnot, you're going to tear up your prop. Yeah. So so I don't know these things. I don't claim to be an expert, so that's why I need a captain on so far. I'll be the navigator. I'll be up in front, but I'll learn from him.
Yeah, I mean, on your first stint as captain, are you gonna have a big old sign saying, "Hey, this is my first stint. Please wear your seat."
No, Jerry, I don't want to do that.
Your life jackets.
Hey, you guys.
Bad advertisement.
Hey, you guys tend to ask, and how much money does it take for 3 weeks in the Philippines, for 1 month? How much, like pocket money, how much would be good?
It depends what he's gonna do. You know? It
wanna
just
see it?
depends.
I
Nice
could go.
hotels
I
or-
went with 4,000. I went down with
4,000
for the first month. And let
Yeah,
me
it
tell
depends
you
what you're
something.
gonna do.
I
Well, that involves somebody taking two of that 1,000 out of your pocket while you're sleeping.
Yeah, well, let's not talk about that. But I did come home with over half of that money. So it's like Jerry said, it depends on what you're going to do.
Yeah, it depends how much you're gonna spend, man.
Yeah, but see, you can bring a debit card because there's ATMs everywhere.
I wouldn't use a debit card in the
Oh my
Philippines.
God, you're going to get killed with the cost,
I wouldn't
man.
use a debit card in the Philippines, man. At least, if you're gonna use a card, use a credit card to cover yourself.
And buy one for
a debit
overseas.
card, you're gonna lose minimum 500 if you got hacked or something.
We got a special card for international use too, or credit card when we were there.
That's good.
Yeah, make sure it's a chip card. Make sure you got a chip on that
Yes,
card.
yes.
Most important, go to your bank. Tell your bank you're going to be gone over in the Philippines for a month.
Oh, good point. They shut my car down when I was in Ukraine. Mhm.
Let them know that you're leaving the country, and they might, if you don't, they might freeze your card because they think it's stolen. So notify them and let them know what's going on.
Yeah, for sure.
'Cause
But try not to use a debit. Use a credit if you have to use a card.
use your check card.
Well, use a debit if you have a debit that returns the fees. A lot of debit cards will credit you back the fees, or you won't even see the fees.
Nice. So yeah, do a little bit of homework about what your bank can do before you leave, and then That's nice. And then you might have to tell them that you're back in the States when you come back.
Like a Charles Schwab ATM, they credit back your fees. I think even Capital One will credit back some of your fees. I have an HSBC Premier card. They don't charge any fees.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shoot, I had B of A, man, at one time, man. Jesus, man. They got me for international charge. They got me for the bank charge. Man, I was paying.
Bank of America is the worst. They're the biggest scammers out there, that bank.
Yes,
Man,
Bank of
got
America.
tore apart, man. I was like, what the hell? When they came back, you know.
Weren't they bailed out too, Bank of America?
Okay.
In 2008 or something, Jerry?
Ren, they did
You know
a
what?
tricksy on you.
They may have been one of them, but they ended up buying out some other banks as well, though.
Yeah.
They bought out some local banks here in Illinois. I know that, but can't remember if they were bailed out or not. They may have been.
Yeah, Ken, that's a good idea. Just you already get your ticket, you already got your hotel paid, so more or less you're walking around with walk-around money. So food, entertainment, and drink.
Yeah, if you're paying everything, like if you're reserving all the hotels and everything ahead of time to each town you're going to, then yeah, you put everything on a credit card. Then you're covered there. And then you're playing, obviously, you play with a credit card. So again, yeah, then all you need is just basically drinking money, buying some food or something. You're not going to be able to use your credit card at local restaurants, that's for sure. So you're going to have to pay cash there. So just eating drinks, man. And whatever hookers you buy, that's all cash too.
Yeah. Hey, don't having a wallet, I don't know. You want to have a fanny pack? I use that. And like one of those fancy sling bags, those are pretty good.
Don't do a fanny pack. Tell everybody you got money on.
Yeah, don't get a fanny pack. No.
Don't do a fanny pack. It's kind of gay anyway. A fanny pack.
Yeah, come on, man. They're gonna think you're a lady boy.
It's not gay. I had one, and nobody.
It's gay, Kevin. Come on, Kevin.
Oh.
Wait a minute. You had a fanny pack, Kevin?
Well, at the beginning I had a fanny pack. Then my ass got too big.
Now it's the beginning.
Right, that's what I was going to say. All right.
Hey, stop it.
We're just messing with you, man. You know.
But no, I like
what you want is a security kind of bag. They're not expensive.
So yeah, some of those bags are okay.
I mean, get a money belt or get like just check out my video on the change purses, man. You can stick your money in there. You'll never get ripped off, man.
Yeah.
They're cool. But yeah.
Yeah. You'll have
you want something that's not on your back. You want something that you can put in front of you.
somebody got
mic.
Yeah, somebody's got to close their YouTube out.
Ray, man, I don't wear a fanny pack no more. If I could put two of them together, that might work. Oh, heck, yeah. I was only going to be on for 15 minutes. Now we're over an hour.
It's all right. Nobody else is doing anything right now, are they? Anybody else doing any other vlogs or anything right now, or podcasts?
Well, not when I started, like over an hour ago. I just wanted to come on and Sir Liner was talking about my situation, but I just want to tell Addition what he said, that hey, everybody's going to have a different story when they tell the immigration. So don't go off of what I said. Just man up and go over there and see what's going to happen. So if you don't got no warrants out, no problem. They're going to say, hurry up and pay, get a plane ticket, or get out. One of those.
Did you attempt to negotiate down the amount of money they're asking for?
You could, but if it's, right there on the spot, she, the lady, the lawyer that kicked me out, she said if I pay this amount right here, I won't be blacklisted. But if I can't pay anything, then I'll be blacklisted.
So what's the minimum they'll accept?
Oh heck, she said half. So
Oh, that's pretty good.
half of 5,000.
That's a good deal.
Yeah. That's
Like
a
the
home run.
IRS. You know? That's a good deal.
Everything's
But
negotiable, right? Money talks.
Well,
It's half 5,000, Kev.
what's that?
It's half 5,000 or 2,500.
Half of 5,000. So
Oh,
yeah,
half of five.
$2,500.
So you come up with 2,500, you're good.
That's only when I was there. Only.
Oh, in the Philippines, you can't negotiate here at the Philippine Embassy.
You know, I'm gonna have to ball up and call them up. So
You might want to try it here.
what's that?
You might want to try the
That's right.
Philippine Embassy and see what they say. If
Yeah.
you're able to do it, the Philippine Embassy.
Helped me out with that already. So yeah, he helped me out and got me the phone number for that. Yeah, like I said, I got a lot of people on my side. I mean, so that's pretty cool that people would go out of their way to help somebody else out. So
That happens, you know, but I don't know if John Doe's going to help anybody out. John Doe, hey, I need some loads for my phone, man. Send me some money, bro.
Yeah, sure. I'll give you a load. I give my girl lots of loads.
No, that's not the kind of loads I'm looking for, bro.
Well, that's all I'm offering.
I was gonna say, this one, but never mind. I don't even know what kind of beer you don't give me. It's brought straight from the tap or something.
And she's happy with those loads.
Ken is asking another question. Yeah, be careful. Don't go to bar, girls. Just go meet. I never been in Makati. Makati is a cool place. Expensive, but it's safe. Yeah. Yeah.
You know what? Makati's not that bad. Hotel-wise, if you guys are looking for a hotel, you're ever in Makati, a really good hotel. It's pretty cool. It's not, you know, it doesn't have a swimming pool or anything like that, but it's a good hotel called the Clipper Hotel.
That's like a 2-star place.
No, it's three-star. It's got good internet.
Clipper, isn't that in Malate or?
No, it's no. I'm not talking about the other one I did a review on. The Clipper is in Makati. It's right over there in the that red light district, but on the edge, not actually in it, but right on the edge of it.
Yeah. How
There's
much
other
is it a
places there
night?
as well.
How much is it a night?
You know what? I think I stayed there last year. I think I was paying about $65 a night in that area.
Oh,
and
what a ripoff! Total ripoff.
Makati, dude, you're not gonna find stuff much cheaper than $60.
And the nice place to stay in Makati is by Glorietta and Greenbelt, not by the Sex District.
Well, you know, some of us like to hang out by the Sex District, John.
That gets old real quick.
Well,
and not everybody has your money to spend over there.
Now wait a minute, but okay, you're right next to Rockwell, so you're in between Rockwell and Greenwood Plaza. So that's why I want to kind of get in between both.
Awesome.
That's Rockwell is over by the power.
Hey, wait, hey, Captain Spaulding, did you stay at that hotel I was telling you about, the Brickstone, if you were in Ermita? I wonder if you did or not. It's $30 a night.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, it's right by the a 5-minute walk to the American Embassy, too. I wonder if you stayed there.
That's just across the street.
What's that?
It's right across the street from the embassy, right?
Well, no, it's actually around the corner. There's some hotels across the street, but they're more expensive, you know. But you got to go about, you know where the walkway is over Rojas Boulevard?
Yeah.
where that walkway is, that St. Carlos Street, that side street there. You just go down that one block and you go to MH Del Pilar. It's like right next to LA Cafe, man. But it's a cool hotel.
Well,
A good internet,
go,
safe.
you go any
all that.
farther, and you're gonna walk right into the immigrant. What do you call it? That Bureau of Affairs, BIR.
Oh, I don't know where that's at. I don't know what
The hotel that I stayed at in McCarthy is called Hidden Garden.
Oh, okay. And what were you paying a night on that?
Well, I think it was around $60. I mean, in that area, right next door to it is an Indian hotel.
Mm-hmm.
It was okay. I didn't, like I said, I was there and I had some money on me then, so that price wasn't really that bad.
The best
Well,
deal.
you know the hotel that's right across from the embassy. Ray Hammond just mentioned. That's the Bayview, I think. How much do they pay over there at the Bayview, Ray? What's it a night? It's got to be probably closer to like 100 a night.
The best deals in Manila are from Airbnb. You can get very good places for $20 a night.
Huh. Is that Philippine discount, or is that our rate?
No, that's everybody's rate.
Yeah.
I had I stayed in a brand new condominium. It was a 1-bedroom, and I paid $19 a night.
That's like the price of a pension house. Good deal.
Did it come with internet?
Yes, well, Wi-Fi.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, and the internet was good in that condo. Also, it was brand new.
Probably real close to red light district too.
No, actually, it was considered Makati area. I mean, it's hard to describe, but
was it on the west side of Makati or on the east side of Makati?
It's like on Chino Roches Boulevard. For me to get to Glorietta area, Glorietta and Greenbelt,
right?
The MRT was right near the building. It was one stop. Will get you right into.
Were you by the Guadalupe stop? Stop?
I don't. That's not the stop. I don't. I forget the name, but it wasn't Guadalupe. But it was one stop to SM, the Glorietta area. One stop. I think it was like 13 pesos for that one to go one stop.
One stop. Yeah.
Ken says his girl have a car, so that's nice.
Oh, that helps.
Yeah, it helps a lot.
No, he said he doubts she has a car, so that means no.
Oh, is that what he said? Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Well,
his girl gets pissed off if he can't take her call. Well, that's not a good sign. But you know.
Yeah, you could hunt. You could hunt for pretty good deals for hotels. Do you want to walk some distance to the places you want to go to, or do you want to take? If you want to man up, you could take a jeepney for the first time. That's pretty good. Just stay in the jeepney and go all the way around to where you got on, just to help you get familiar with the area.
Yeah, but well, if you're in Manila, though, it depends how far that jeepney's going. That jeepney could be going from Ermita all the way to Makati. That's an hour. During rush hour traffic, that's an hour and a half. Now, non-rush hour,
jeepneys
about
never
45 minutes.
Go that far a distance.
Pardon me?
They're not going to go from Ermita.
Well, no, you take 2 jeepneys. I'm sorry, I took 2.
Probably have to take like 4.
I took 2.
Yeah, be careful. You got to keep getting transfers because you're going to get lost.
Well, yeah, you got to kind of know. I mean, my wife knows all them jeepneys and stuff, so that's all she takes, you know. So,
yeah, jeepneys are good.
Yeah, they're inexpensive.
You're not in a hurry.
I get lost in my own backyard, I swear.
Yeah, you could.
And all of a sudden, I don't know where I'm at. I gotta have a rescue squad come find me.
Well, that Sentai 7 team, they'll be hunting you down, you know.
Yeah, keep them busy.
Make sure they have a 6-pack with them.
What KTV bar are you at? I don't know.
Just get familiar with the areas that you go hang out in.
Is there a beach by where you're at? We'll send a boat to get you.
I don't know. I think there's a bridge. I don't know.
But wait, there's Bama. There's Bama. We know where you're at.
Hey, whatever you do,
away.
jump in the water. From the bridge, don't jump. You're gonna get contaminated.
He's already polluted.
Yeah, I think he's fucked up. Are you drinking beer right now, man?
I know I take the bit.
I mean, it's okay. You know, it's cool.
Yeah, man. Nah, I'm helping out one guy that's out here, and he tells me all the time, there's no street signs.
No kids.
You never know where you're going. You know, it's like you just end up someplace, end up at a bar, and then all of a sudden you want to get picked up, and then you go, what street are you on? I don't know.
Man, your microphone's not good.
Hey, do you guys remember? I don't know if you guys were watching Chris Wren, the guy in Naga, when he first came to when he first moved to Naga, man.
I remember him.
What he did is he went to a festival, but it was in another town, right? So he went with a couple of Filipinos, and somehow they got separated.
Wow.
And then the Filipinos came back home. He didn't know how to get back home. And so, I don't know, he stayed at somebody's house. They saw him or something. But you know what? They ended up charging him for sleeping over their house overnight, feeding them and bringing them back. 6,000 pesos, man.
They do that. Wow.
Yeah, that sucked. I mean, at least take your address down where you're from, man.
$120. Wow.
Yeah. Well, he just moved to Naga, and he didn't even write down his home phone or whatever, or I don't know, his address, whatever he did. But it was kind of funny.
Oh my God.
$120 inflation, man.
Hey Ken, do you want to come on the show?
Whack.
Hey Richard, what's going on with you, man?
Yeah, it's a little bit rainy here today. Not much, but kind of a lazy day. Christopher Columbus Day here in America, right?
Oh,
so, yeah. Yep. No
yeah,
work.
my doctor's office is closed. So I was going to call for an appointment. And they said I kept on calling. And the only thing I get a recording saying, if it's an emergency, call 911.
Jesus, I wish they had that here sometimes. When I pass out, I wish I could call it.
Call Chixie. She'll get there before if she's away or something before the ambulance.
What you're gonna ask me is how much is in my wallet that's left.
How much is left?
Is it Thanksgiving Day in Canada right now? I thought they had their Thanksgiving like a day before us or after us. I'm not sure. Hey, what happened to Jason? Anybody been following him?
Oh, the guy that was in a motorcycle accident in California. I think he moved to Texas or something, didn't he?
Well, I heard he went to Texas, but I haven't heard from him. Like he used to come on.
Last time I talked to him, it was on his Facebook. He said that he's going to the Philippines and he's planning his trip now. Matter of fact, he even got his plane tickets. That was his last message. He got his plane tickets. He did come on someone's show. Dave. You guys know Dave. He was on Dave's show, but he wasn't on the panel. He was just commenting and whatnot. And just, you know,
All right.
but he seems to be doing well.
Yeah, I was just curious what's going on with him, because he usually goes on Dave's show. So I thought,
Yeah,
oh
he's
my
got a little
gosh, who is
business
this?
going. He's got his business going, so that's what's going on. That's what he said. Mike, Mike, where is he?
Yeah.
Hey,
I heard
John,
this.
your buddy's here.
Now that kid.
Oh, round two.
I heard
it.
someone.
That's it.
Rumble.
I heard some.
Let's get
I heard-
ready to rumble.
I heard someone was stabbing my back.
Hey, how you doing? How you doing?
How's it all going, guys?
Wait,
I'm
It's not
coming.
going well anymore.
are you? Why
No,
you up
I'm
so?
not. Why am I up so early? Because I'm just coming to say goodbye.
Uh-huh.
Catch us all later, maybe.
See you on the jet
Well,
plane.
what are you doing?
All my bags are packed.
Are you ready to leave?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, sort of. Yeah. I just come to say
Oh.
goodbye, guys.
Where you
No
going?
No biggie. Hey.
Where you
Well,
going?
I just won't be on. I won't be online. Well, I'll be online. I'll still watch it, but I just won't be available for a while. That's all.
Where you going to the Philippines?
Why? What's your excuse?
My excuse. I don't need an excuse, do I?
Well, yeah, I
Well,
mean,
you came on here and you just got our curiosity going.
you're so.
No, I only come on just to say goodbye. No big deal.
Well, don't say goodbye. Just say I'll see you later. I mean, goodbye means like screw you and see you.
Oh, fuck it.
That's about the size of it. I tried to say it in a British way.
He's not British. He's from New Zealand.
Well,
Yeah.
most of them are ancestors of English.
We're
well-
part of the British Commonwealth. There you go.
Yeah, he's a hobby.
Well, I know.
So what-
I know you got up very early.
So what you boys up to? Eh? What's all the talk today?
Well, we were just talking about travel and
Oh, okay.
Talk about Aussies.
yeah.
Talking about you.
I was talking about Peter and about immigration. Sir Lawrence was talking about him, so I was just filling in a little bit more that what happened to me is what happened to me, but everybody else has different experience. You can't go off of what one person said. You just got to go do it yourself.
Basically, if you overstay, you just get blacklisted. That's it. You won't go to jail. Not jail as in, for prisoners. You'll probably go to a detention centre until such time they deport you.
Yeah, but
But-
see, they're not going to pay your way. You have to find money to get out, or find a way that you can
Yep.
pay back your fine. But
What
that's when
tends
you
to happen?
call the embassy up and have them help you.
Yeah, well, that's what tends to happen. Most embassies or most governments in the world have an embassy, and that's what the embassy's for, to help their citizens repatriate back to their country. I mean,
Yeah.
at the end of the day, it's not a free loan, but what will happen is if you're stuck in another country, you go to your embassy and basically go cap in hand, and they'll help you get back, and you'll probably have to do some arrangement with your own internal embassies.
Well, they'll
you know?
take your passport, and if
Yeah.
you don't pay back, they'll keep it until you pay it back.
Yeah, unless you do something, unless you're convicted of some sort of criminal offence, like, you know what I'm saying. The Philippine government's not gonna jail you, not in the respect of you're going to be doing some long-term jail time unless you've broken the law. Basically, overstaying isn't really breaking the law.
No,
Lots of people.
no.
Yeah.
But maybe if there's going to be election time and somebody's running for office, then they're going to try to like stiffen up where they can point.
My advice is
No.
pay your.
Hey,
Right.
your dues. That's it.
Yeah,
Pay your
that's,
dues.
that's my advice. Mind you, Ren, you might be eligible for a longer term visa if you get married anyway.
Yeah.
So you got to. So that's a positive. You'll be able to stay there up to a year without any problem.
Paid, 6 months. I already paid another one today.
Yeah. Well, if you get married, you won't have to worry about that anymore because you'll be able to. What do they call it? I can't think of the name. But buy-and visa or something. Basically, it's because you're married, you can get a year's visa, and it shouldn't cost you anything. You just got to renew it every time you go out. Still doesn't allow you to work.
They could hold you for 3 years. If you don't pay up, they could take you and hold you. But first, they'll put you in the cell where you don't have like immigration area, and then they could put you in real jail up to 3 years. That's what they said earlier today on the show.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know. I mean, I personally don't think that. I think it's people get confused with that in a detention centre. Jail is for for people that break the law. Mind you, I wouldn't want to be sitting in any bloody jail in the Philippines, to be honest.
No.
Detention centre or jail, it's the same. The conditions wouldn't be the best, I'll tell you that.
Yeah. Well, you got to have your own food and your own bedding, your own clothes.
Yeah.
You'd probably sleep standing up with your back against the wall.
Yeah.
I don't know. I saw.
Somebody's going to help.
I saw some documentary about some Filipino prisons on the is it Mindanao or somewhere, and there's like fucking 50 people in one little room, and they sort of have to sleep side by side. and if one turns, they all have to turn. If you know what I mean. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's pretty bad.
Sardines.
Yeah, like sardines.
I bet you.
I remember when it was lights out, they would turn off the lights, literally turn off all the lights, and then you had to shit and piss into a little single hole that was in the center of the cell.
Fix the microphone.
Oh God, it messed up again.
It's choppy.
All right, how about now?
Yeah, come back so you can tell us about that hole.
Oh God, the hole. Try to find that in the dark.
It's a glory hole.
It's a deterrent. It's a deterrent crime, right? That hole.
Today, on Facebook, Richard brought to my attention that JLB was being a dick to me.
Yeah, he was.
He said that I said the other day that I got a headache, and it's because of the low pressure. And then he came back saying something stupid.
Well, what do you expect? I told you he's a pee addict. What do you expect from an ex-junkie that's got some homosexual issues, identity issues, or whatever you want to call it?
Meaning just the normal Australian, basically.
Wasn't he a Scientologist too, or something like that? I seen a couple of his videos, or somebody's videos, or somebody like that.
He's full of fucking shit. Pardon me.
Yeah,
I told you, Kevin. Did I not tell you what he was like?
Well, he's a prick, so.
Yeah.
Come on. He's just a regular Australian, that's all.
Kevin was a nice guy to him, too. You know, it took when everybody was coming down on him about the Michael Fazio thing.
Yeah.
You know, Kevin had him a one-on-one show with him to explain his point of view. Yeah.
You notice no one else was allowed on the show, though.
I know.
Hey, Richard, no one, not even you, mate. You weren't allowed on the show.
I know it.
Hey, I'll interview everybody. I mean,
it was one of his worst shows, so. So it's probably gone, right, Kev?
Yeah. So well, Kevin, all I can say is if he saw you face to face, he wouldn't be calling your names.
No.
Oh. No. Yeah.
Isn't it?
You better be able to run fast if you're going to insult Big Kevin. You're in his presence, right?
Hey, I'm very fast in short distance. Short distance, I'm talking.
Like a pit bull, Kevin.
Yeah, he grabs you with his teeth.
Hey, Mike, be nice to me. Yeah, you guys, this is we had a pretty good show. Glad you guys came on. This is my 2-hour mark. So hey, I'll probably see you tonight. So if you want to swing by and say absolutely nothing, you are welcome.
I'm swinging right now.
Oh, same with me.
Not you, John. Don't just you know how
There you go.
But you guys, I'll talk to you all later. Sentai 7, thanks. Richard, always thanks for coming on.
You're welcome. I didn't even know you were having a show. I was downstairs looking for water in my basement.
Kiwi Mike, I'll talk to you later on. What do you mean you got water in your basement?
No, I don't have it. Just a little bit. I was just looking because when it rains really hard, it's an old house. It's
turn on the water pump.
You know, yeah. I'm gonna get
All
it.
right, everybody, have a good one.
Have a good one.
Remember, guys, smash that like button if you want more, Kevin.
That's always nice.
It's always nice to smash that like button.
Yeah.
Hey, Ren, does Chixie have work today because of the holiday in America? Or?
No, she just got sent home. They didn't even tell her. She went to work and now she's home.
Yeah, because I remember my wife works for a couple American companies there in Cebu, and a lot of times they had American holidays off, which was always nice. Yeah. Okay, Mike, take it easy. Have a safe trip.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Always stay thirsty. Thank you for being. Thank you, Kevin, for letting me on the show.
Hey, I have no problem with you.
Ren's a superstar, man.
Well, of course. All of you guys are superstars in my comic book.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so you guys be safe. I'll see you tonight, 7:30. And just have a good rest of the afternoon.
All right.
I'll talk to you guys later. Nice seeing you, Ken. And Ray, man, we got Raymond here. Oh my gosh, whole bunch of celebrities.
Yeah.
Lazy for you, Jack.
No, Mike Luna, Ken Allen.
Yep.
Man.
Yep. We have
Ray Hammond. Gotta say hello to Ray Hammond.
Oh yeah, I like Ray. Ray's my buddy.
Yeah, I love him to death.
I'm not. Hey,
I love him to death. I don't like how you said that. That was very condescending.
Yeah. Sarcastic.
John Doe, shut up.
I'm being positive.
You gotta have balance.
My attempt at being positive.
You can't have everybody with the same opinion. You know? You got to have a balance. You can't have everybody with the same opinion. It makes things interesting, right?
Yep.
John's got good views.
All right, boys and girls. I'll talk to you guys later on. John.
All right, guys.
All right. Thanks,
See everybody later.
Yep. Have a safe day, you guys.
You too. Take care, everybody.